Alrighty, everybody. We're going to be getting into day 2 of PSL Mini Spring League. As today we do have Group Daisy today. The second day of groups. If you weren't here yesterday, well, today is the second day. Top 8 qualified to the next stage, which is semis. We have already had our first top 8 that have qualified yesterday. So today, the group we have today is Daisy. We have teams like Manic, Nemesis, Latin Kings Black, Dauntless, 24K Esports, Emperor, Rolls of War, Xtreme Slayers, MostHated, Zombie Boys, Absolute Pain, the Panthers, Straight Outta Nepal, XForce, War Machine, One Shot Killers, Signed to God, Hard to Kill, Rich Esports, and Vila Nova. Those are the teams tonight that are playing. So if you do wish to support your teams or anyone that is playing tonight, obviously feel to do so. We are going to be getting into the first out of 5 games here tonight. As we're going to be getting into the first Aaron Go, as we do have 2 Aaron Goes, 2 Miramars, and 1 Sanok. The order is going to be Aaron Go, Miramar, Sanok, Miramar, Aaron Go. So, hope you guys do enjoy the stream and all the action that is bound to happen. So, yeah. Let's see how this first game goes. Who's going to be looking to set the tone? Who's going to be looking to take a win under their belt? But with that being said, let's see how this first game goes here. Let's see how the playing path does look to treat these players and teams. Since it is just the first game. So, let's see how this goes here. Playing path is going to be more southern playing path going horizontally there. Going to be starting just a little below Milta Power there. Passing all the way through to that west side. Passing by Ferry Pier, Quarry, and Primorsk area there. So, shall see where these teams are going to look to go, since the more northern side is going to be harder to reach unless you plan to float it out, grab some cars, and go up north for your drop spot. If you have more northern drop spot like Kameshki, Stalbers, Severny, Shooting Range, Zarki, those areas. But we shall see how that goes, and we shall wait for the action to start here as everybody is looking to start jumping out here now. Let's see how this is looking. Who is looking to go where? By the looks of it, we're looking to have maybe 2 teams in Milta here between Straight Outta Nepal and Latin Kings Blacks here. As we do have Blaze here. He has an M16. Donk gonna get knocked already by Frankie. As the rest of of Latin Kings here. Trying to loot up on the same area here, but Straight Outta Nepal being more spread out, kind of surrounding them here. As Alice is going to get knocked there by Blaze. Blaze looking for that thirst there, picking up the second confirmation of the game here. Is now just down to Daddy Letty and Christy. As Daddy Letty does look to push back here. Crazy gonna be in one of the blue barns there. Blaze gonna need to be a little careful there, as the rest of his teammates are looking to try to push up onto Latin Kings here. Possibly gonna cause havoc, as now Latin Kings looking to push up. Frankie gonna push up, but that's gonna be Blaze getting that knock. As now Frankie gonna look to push out. Frankie needing to switch his guns here, as Frankie does pick up that last elimination as the Latin King's going to be the first team eliminated, and all these other teams going to be aware. As now we also have Xtreme Slayers over here with Nemesis, as they have started to pick up some knocks here. Zombie Boy's getting into a fight as well. The rest of Xtreme Slayers here pulling up. XForce as well getting into a fight with one-shot killers. Yayuya does get knocked there as they are looking to push up here. That's going to be the likes of here going all out. All three of them eliminated completely. Now we're going to head on over here towards Absolute Pain. Or, no, Rose of War here. Aragod, Vitex, David, and Thonka. All here looking to take a fight. Emperor just down to one player. As Rose of War slowly moving around. Vitex gonna be the one pulling up here. He has a UMP and he's aware of Klocka being in that one story there. As he's gonna look to throw a nade in there. Tagging him up. Klocka needing to move. Klocka's low on HP here. Is he gonna be able to keep his teammates? Nope. He's gonna be eliminated there. That's gonna be the likes of Rose of War picking up 4 eliminations early on here already. As XForce over here did pick up a couple 4 eliminations as well. XForce up to 4 eliminations. We have Fate, Valak Remix, and 24K. Up 4 eliminations already. What are they gonna be looking to do for the rest of the game? As straight out on Nepal and hard to kill, getting into it now. As that's gonna be Hisoka picking up that elimination onto Frankie, I believe. Frankie picking up those 2 early eliminations, but going out early himself. It's not gonna be really what they want. We also have the likes of Vila Nova over here on the side of Corey with the likes of 24K Esports here. You got Zessa, Spoon, and Annoyed. First zone looking to favor towards this more western side here. As you can tell, Gothka is more center of zone there. Rose of War looking to take control of that for now. As it is still slowly just closing in here. Gonna be heard here as Annoyed's gonna look to pull out his guns and maybe start pushing that way. It's gonna avoid picking up that level 1 helmet as he does for sure need it, but he's gonna leave it be. Gonna maybe pick up that M4 as well as he has a QBZ. Head over here towards Rich Esports as they're passing around the likes of Cat Guy from the Panthers. Jazz is possibly going to looking to drop Jack off here for the buggy. As Cat Guy sitting inside the compound, probably thinking they just stole my buggy I was going to take, but not going to be able to have it. As Rich Esports circling around, looking to move around as well. A lot of action happened already. Now everything's just slowly happening here as everybody's looking to make their way into the zone for a spot before the first zone fully closes, or they're just looking to loot up for the meantime here and get themselves ready for the long game. As you can see on the map, straight out on Nepal, not too far away from Xtreme Slayers. Need to be a little careful adventuring out there. Dauntless might look to run into them as well if they head towards their way, but for the meantime they should be a little safe. And there's just a duo here. Gonna head over here towards the likes of Absolute Pain. Absolute Pain right next to the likes of MostHated. MostHated. Full squad. They got Chill Guy, Soldier, Ninja, and Rizzen. And Absolute Plane has Hantingu, Wanda, Choka, and Tess. Do believe that's how you say some of those names. Not fully sure, but I'll try my best with the names. As some of them are going to be a lot harder, I guess. Zone does pop there, looking to continue on, but going a little more upwards, keeping Corey outside as well as Gary Pierre outside of the zone. We're straight out of Nepal. Maybe looking to take a fight with Manic here. Xtreme Slayers taking a knock there. Trolls gonna be the one getting knocked to the play zone. Blaze looking to try to keep himself alive as Manic taking shots towards him. As the rest of Xtreme Slayers looking to go back towards their teammate and get the reset. Dauntless over here, not too far away. We have Bob, Casper, Dark, and Klaus here. Bob looking to move up ahead of his teammates for now. Straight on Paul heading towards their way as well. At the meantime, so they do need to be a little careful. Straight on Paul is a little beat up right now as well. Leon needing to heal up as they're driving here. As Dauntless might look to take some shots here. Casper gonna hop out the car. Not tagging him up just yet though, but they're gonna look to move up as the rest of Paul is a little bit away, as that's just Wolf over here in a hovercraft though. Xtreme Slayers right behind them. Manic still on Potato Hill. So the rest of Xtreme Slayers need to be a little careful. But we have Rose of War over here holding an edge compound of Gatka. But in the center of zone, as the Panthers not too far away, straight out of Nepal, taking a casualty once again. As that's going to be Casper picking up that knock. Leon trying to keep his teammate alive. But Blaze being on the back of that group. Dark's going to look to start some shots towards Leon. And the rest of Dot looking to chase. As they do get that thirst onto Blaze there. Straight out of Paul. Now just down to a duo. Casper here. Starts taking shots towards Leon. As Wolf has taken a knock as well here, as that's going to be Xtreme Slayers picking up that one. As now Leon is the last man standing here. Legend might be looking to stop here, but he does need to be a little careful as Zombie Boy's not too far away. Legend keeping himself alive, going to get behind the cover here, but the rest of Xtreme Slayers going to be coming in, taking some shots from the backside. They pick up a knock there onto Trevor. That's going to be Moso. Yayuya's going to hop into the car here now and look to start pushing towards Fetty and Trevor. Fetty down to 1 HP. Yayuya going to be looking to push up. Rose of War and the Panthers getting into a fight now here. As Rose of War pick up a knock onto the Panthers. Astro going to get ran over there by Dauntless. Going to head over here towards that altercation. As Dauntless is looking to play towards Manic here. Manic stuck in the compound there. Klaus up here on the top side. And for 4X, looking for these early eliminations. Might just leave Manic for now after picking up one of their players. So we shall see how this altercation looks to play out here. Hurry up. 2 eliminations, looking to maybe pick up 3, make it 5. Klaus going to take a hovercraft here. Casper looking towards Hoyt's way. Spin out with the buggy. The buggy's going to spin out there. Hoyt going to be stuck behind the hay bale as the rest of Manic going to stop. The Vortex going to get spotted there by Casper. Casper taking those shots. Klaus moving around with the hovercraft here. Going for a different angle here onto Hoyt. Woody not being spotted just yet here, but Klaus gonna look to throw him down and look towards Harmon's way. Also getting tagged up by the rest of Dauntless. Klaus need to heal up a little bit here. Need to be careful not taking much more shots towards the hovercraft, as you don't want it blowing up. Casper gonna take a wrap around here, tagging these players up. from Manic. Doing a little bit of damage, but Dauntless is going to look to move straight into the zone here next. As Vila Nova taking a fight. Leve going to be eliminated already. XForce looking to play aggressive here. On to Vila Nova. Vila Nova. You need to be careful of these nades. As Remix looking to be the one throwing some in here. Gonna be tagging them up just a little bit. Trying to spread out. DBS in hand. Absolute pain. Trying to third party there. Zohnny gonna get knocked there by Remix. Gonna push in there. Gonna get the knock there as well. Vila Nova taking casualties as Absolute Pain picking up, getting knocked there by the likes of XForce as not looking to maybe push in with the Echo in the warehouse on to Mayo there. Mayo being pushed back to the backside. Remix pushing up with 24K here. As he pushed back there, as that's gonna be the likes of XForce taking out Vila Nova. Are they going to start looking to change their focus on to Absolute Pain here next? As Absolute Pain trying to get out of there. Valak going to look to move up to the second story here. Wanda's still there, but going to look to move away. As zone does pop. Not ever still in the zone here. Rose of War still in the center of zone here. As you can see, Xtreme Slayers looking to take that hill there. The Panthers might be looking to take those shots towards Manic. As Manic are looking to rotate around, but Rose of War might be the ones to possibly pick up those elims. But hard to kill just on the backside. Might be able to look to third party the fight. As Manic just looking to rotate around. Gonna look to take the green building. Absolute Pain and Rich Esports gonna be getting into altercation. Hard to kill, taking these shots. Half HP there. What he's gonna have to stop there. That's what he down to 1 HP. As that's gonna be Vigtex getting that knock there. Vigtex looking for that burst immediately as well, picking up another elimination for the team here. As they control the center of zone. Xtreme Slayers taking the hill here. What are they looking to do, Manic? Looking towards 24K Esports. Picking up a knock onto one of them. But 24K Esports still in the zone. Dauntless making their way into the zone from the northern side. Crossing that bridge. Looking around before completely pushing in. Making sure some areas are clear. Got Leon still alive for straight out in Nepal. But XForce not too far away. XForce playing a little split here. Fate, Valak, Remix, and 24K. Playing a little split, trying to make sure they have multiple options, not just one. As Manic taking another knock there, but hard to kill, taking a knock in return. As Ahsoka does get knocked, but Manic being just a duo, they need to be a little careful here on taking knocks. Rose of War still holding the center of zone for now, as we shall see how this continues to play out. 14 teams alive, zone 3 closing in. Shall see where this next zone goes and where these teams are going to have to push to. Especially the center of zone for Rose of War. Are they going to continue being zone blessed, or are they going to have to push out, or will they end up getting like edge zone, as they are going to have to make their way in, as they're not in the zone. They might look to push onto the compound from Rich Esports, but Rich Esports holding a split, as Xtreme Slayers are going to have to make their way down from the hill, as the rest of everybody else on the outside of the play zone needing to make their way in here soon. But Rich Esports going to have to make a decision on what they're going to want to hold. Fetty going to get eliminated there by MostHated. MostHated picking up their first elimination there on to Zombie Boys. Zombie Boys getting taken out there. Now they're looking towards Rich Esports. Gas is holding the compound here for now, but needs to be a little careful here, because you might see a team like Rose of War push into them. Even the Panthers might be looking to take that compound for themselves, but the Panthers need to be a little careful here not to get sandwiched. Jazz spotted, but Ander needed to be a little careful there from Jazz, but Daku's going to get that knock, and Rich Esports looking to try to pick up these 2 eliminations onto the Panthers. Ander behind the Murado. Going to be a lot harder for him to pick his teammate up. Cat got here. Going to need to throw some smokes, but he doesn't have any. Xtreme Slayers and Dauntless now taking the fight, as Dauntless here shooting up the hill. Dark trying to keep Buggy still. As Klaus and Casper need to be careful, as they need to fix their car. As Bob's going to look to hold their backside for now, as there is a team right behind them taking the shots towards them right now here. So she'll see how that is going for them, holding that backside, as that is the likes of War Machine needing to make their way into the zone right behind the likes of Dauntless making their way in. MostHated takes some shots towards the likes of Rich Esports here. Leon taking out a couple of the players from 24K Esports here, picking up some more eliminations for the team, picking up a couple more knocks, just down to Spoon now. Leon taking those shots towards Spoon. Spoon needs to push in here. Leon gonna look to cook up a need to throw onto Spoon, as that one is more than likely gonna connect, but Spoon moving out even more here, as Zone is gonna do the damage. So that's 24K Esports wiped out. Zone popping once again. Rose of War moving up towards the hillside, looking to maybe play aggressive towards the likes of Xtreme Slayers. Xtreme Slayers needing to be careful as well. Rose of War needing to do the same, as Dauntless looking to maybe possibly third party this fight. Casper with the AUG taking the shots, doing some damage. Moso 1 HP right now. Moso needing to be careful. Legend gonna get knocked there. Eric guy gonna get knocked as well. Xtreme Slayers not in the best position, neither is Dauntless, but Dauntless looking to play aggressive towards Xtreme Slayers. Taking up the knocks. Aragod gonna get knocked there. Xtreme Slayers getting that lead. 5 up onto Legend. Klaus pushing up. Klaus looking to maybe use the util here onto Xtreme Slayers, as well as push up right now. Legend gonna get tagged up there. Yayuya gonna catch Klaus out. Klaus still staying alive, but Klaus gonna pick up a knock onto Legend, and a double knock there onto Yayuya, as Klaus does get knocked there by MostHated. Casper gonna try to keep his teammate alive. Rose of War trying to join in onto this fight. They have 30 seconds to get the reset onto one another. Klaus being revived right now. That's Casper now gonna look to throw some smokes out. Klaus gonna look to loot up, maybe look a little over. Nade's gonna start coming out as well towards their wave, and Rose of War gonna be heard here from Klaus and them. Klaus gonna look to maybe take this car, but Klaus needs to be a little careful, as there's David right below him. Klaus is gonna look to move up and maybe take some shots, but it's gonna look to take another car here, as they need to make their way in. The Panthers losing a player there. Dauntless trying to avoid all the fights right now, as everybody is making their way in onto one another. XForce, Rich Esports, hard to kill all over here. XForce with 12 eliminations right now. Dark gonna get knocked to the fall damage there, as Dauntless making the push towards Rose of War. XForce here looking to play aggressive towards Rich Esports, and hard to kill. Rich Esports taking a lot of knocks. Galon gonna get knocked there. As Rich Esports falling apart. Rich Esports going to be eliminated there, as now hard to kill is next up now. Dauntless and Rose of War getting into the fight. Casper last alive, but Casper needs to be careful, as Ander right behind him there, but Rose of War aware of players being up front, As XForce on playing aggressive here towards hard to kill. Up to 18 eliminations already here now. As now they're going to look to pick up Fate and look towards the rest of the lobby. As there are 3 more teams up in front of them. And MostHated here still in the zone. Or they have a player in the zone for now. Still 4 players up. But 2 eliminations. XForce full squad as well. Rose of War, a duo. They have the likes of David and Big Tex, but there is a player from the Panthers not too far away from them. And they're over here needing to try to make his way into the zone. Remix trying to move into the zone here for his team. Up to 7 eliminations. 24K with 8 right now as well. As he's trying to move in, trying to find some spots here for his team. And spot where the likes of MostHated is going to be going here. As now the rest of his team is making their way in. Fate low on HP, healing up with some bandages here. They're going to look to use their cars here. Continue playing it in. And they're going to get eliminated right now. As David's going to get knocked to the play zone. Now just down to Vitex. Outside, Vitex is going to get spied at by Fate. Fate, can he get that elimination? Or is Vitex going to go out to the play zone? As now it's down to a 4v4. Valik moving up here already, using the tractor right in front of him. MostHated barely just in. That's going to be Soldier barely just in the zone here. Valik looking to heal up right now. Going to look to use this tractor and his car, as well as look to throw some more smokes out here as they pick up a knock there onto Ninja. They're more than likely going to start playing aggressive here towards that knock there. As 24K and Remix already looking to do so. 24K pulling out the S12, getting that thirst there. As they find Reticence as the Chill Guy right into the buggy there. Chill Guy gonna get knocked. Now they're looking to play aggressive for a Soldier. That's gonna be Alec there with the AUG. And that's gonna be the likes of XForce taking out MostHated, picking up a handful of eliminations, picking up 22 eliminations with the win. Starting off strong already. MostHated going out in second there with 2. Rose of War going out in third with 9. The Panthers going out in 4th there with 1. MostHated going out in 5th there with 5. Dauntless going out in 6th with 5. Rich Esports going out in 7th with 2. Straight on Nepal going out in 8th with 6. And Xtreme Slayers missing out on that top 8 there with 5 eliminations to their name. As now we're going to take a look at the rest of the results here. We do get to the bottom here. Latin Kings going to be the first team eliminated, going out with 0 eliminations to their name. So now take a look at stars of the match. 24K going all out with 9 elimination. Best companion going to Lino, and then Valik with the finisher there. So that's going to be game number 1 there. We have 4 more to go. We're going to be getting into Miramar next. So stay tuned for that. And with that being said, we're going to be right back. And stay tuned for the rest of the action. Alrighty, guys, we're going to be getting into the second game here now. After game number 1, going to XForce there with a load of kills to their name. 22 eliminations to start off the night. Picking up, a total 32 points in just one game. Already so far set themselves up for the rest of the games. If they can just consist of just very little points, they can just set themselves up to qualify as is already. Because, like, yesterday group, the cutoff for yesterday was 21 points. And they've already put themselves in the top 5, because top 5 was 31. They're at 32 points already. But if they continue on, I mean, honestly, right now they are in first place. They are definitely on pace to pass up what Team Aces had overall yesterday with 50 points. I mean, they already picking up half the kills of what Team Aces got yesterday. And, yeah, there's 3 more games after this Miramar one. So, we shall see what they look to do here with this one, and how some of these other teams are going to look to respond to them taking that first game like they did. Are they going to be looking to, outdo them? Or are they just going to be looking to say, hey, we can put up good numbers like you guys can too. This is just groups. We're just trying to qualify through. But we'll see you guys in, the next stage. And possibly even in finals. Because after this, you head on to semis, and after semis, you head on to finals. And with that being said, the playing path is going to start from the west side here, just below El Pozo there, going all the way down towards Puerto Porreso. And, yeah, we shall see how these teams are going to look to do here. And what they're really going to do for this game. As it is the first Miramar. And just the second game. We have Sanoc just right after this one. So let's see how this game goes, and then the rest for the night, and what action we're going to get here. As everybody is jumping out here now. See what early fights we get. Dauntless might be looking to take an early fight with the likes of Latin Kings Black here and El Pozo, as they are a little spread out. Bob a little more elsewhere with DMRs in on his back here right now. XForce a little close to War Machines right now. Remix needing to find a gun or just needing to get out of there, as War Machines are right there, as pretty much almost all the XForce players are here, but War Machines not going to be able to do anything there, as they're looking to make their way in to find somewhere to loot. As you can see, Zone looking in favor down south here. Got a couple more teams on top of one another. Rose of War, Vila Nova, MostHated, Rich Esports nearby, 24K Esports also nearby, Xtreme Slayers and Ruins as well, so XForce is going to have to be a little careful of that. The Panthers and the likes of San Martin, so they could look to maybe third party as well. Straight out of Nepal over here, still floating in to their drop here. They do have a team right next to them, as that's going to be Nemesis here. Gaskar, Zero, Shim, and YK. But straight out of Nepal here, looking to loot up. Wolf might be hearing those footsteps here soon, as the players are going to be looking to push in. He's going to pick up a Scorpion. Maybe look to take early fight here. Scar going to get knocked already, as Wolf. Here's this player right next to him. Frankie going to be looking to push up onto that player, picking up a knock. Blaze picking up a knock as well. Straight out of Nepal, looking to have a good first start, as Rose of War looking to have a good first start as well. Blaze looking to cook up this nade here still. Gonna look to bounce off the nade, bounce the nade off the wall there. XForce and War Machine also looking to get into the fight as well. As YK here, last player up. as that is going to be YK eliminated. We're going to head back up here towards War Machines and XForce. XForce already taking out one of the players from War Machine. Dunny low on HP, while the rest of these players from XForce are full HP, having guns here. Death on that corner there. Valak inside the building here. He could look to push here. Death on that wall there. He's a little aware of that. And if him and his team look to push, they could do so. Maybe a player looking to go out for an angle. That's going to be Fate. 24K on the ridge line right now. Don't think they know he's there, but Fate's going to look to go out wide. That's now 24K looking to push up here. UMP and 4. Vila Nova and Rose of War continuing on their fight. Death low on HP. Dunny needs to be careful. 24K gonna throw that nade out. Dunny getting tagged down to 1 HP. 24K pushing in. GG gonna get knocked. Dunny gonna get knocked there as well. Now it's just down to Death. That's gonna be War Machines eliminated. Rose of War over here up to 3 eliminations already. As Vila Nova is just down to 1 more player for this game. Rose of War picking up 3 eliminations already here now. Looking to continue on picking up kills and trying to get to that late game to make sure they get into that top 8 to qualify. XForce looking to just continue on with what they started in first game. Zombie Boys not too far away. Fetty a little too far from his team, but needs to be a little careful because XForce might be looking to just full send him here to pick up 1 more elimination to add on to their tally. They're going to look to jump out their car, pushing up here. Fetty in the bushes, so XForce going to be a little aware that they're going to spot Fetty there, as Fetty's going to get knocked there by 24K, as that's going to be Zombie Boys already losing a player there now. A lot of players towards the center zone. MostHated here with the likes of Emperor's here. Emperor surrounding them right now. Looking to maybe take this compound from them here. So we shall see what they look to do. Kaz spotting them out there little by little. Spot Ninja first here. Ninja being unaware. Kaz gonna get that knock in first. Kaz gonna get knocked in return though. That's gonna be Soldier with the M249. Clocka looking to move around here right now. Maybe looking to find an angle onto Soldier there. Manic might be looking to maybe possibly third party that fight. Soldier looking to move up here to help out his teammates. Pandu gonna look to move around as well. Possibly hearing Soldier there. Spraying down Pandu. Soldier's gonna get knocked there by Clocka though. As Brickham gonna get knocked there by Chill Guy, but it's just down to Pandu and Clocka, as now MostHated is down to their last player here now, but looking at the revive. Clocka gonna look to get this elimination here to make sure they have their kills. Now they're gonna look to start pushing up here onto MostHated. Clocka UMP takes some shots there to Chill Guy. Chill Guy already down to half HP there. Clocka cooking up a nade there to throw onto Chill Guy. Chill Guy gonna avoid that nade. He has 6 stuns here, so that's gonna be Brickham, or not Brickham, Rissane right behind, as Emperor's eliminated there by Manic. Manic helping out here. Rich Esports and Manic looking to get into it now. Stack you with the hollow on the Scar here. Rose of War and Vila Nova. Vitex more than likely gonna go out here, as Cass picks up that elimination there for Vila Nova. The zone is going to close down. We shall see where it's going to be looking to go. It's going to pop up. Going to be looking to not favor that south island, but move a little up above. Chumasera, Minas Laval, Valdemar still in the zone here. So we shall look and see how these teams are going to look to rotate in. One-shot killers. Ari still half the team in Partona there, but the rest of them are out of Partona, pushed up north. Cash just right ahead. A Tonka there. Rose of War trying to find them here. As Cash looking to just try and survive for the meantime. Rose of War once again down to just a trio here early game. Losing a player. As we shall see how the rest of this goes. Hard to kill, pushing up towards the likes of MostHated here. Are they aware that MostHated is in this compound? And are they going to be looking to push him out of the compound here? We do see the smoke. Gonna be looking around for now. Looking to see. Get some angles as Rob here moving around, looking to trying to find him for the meantime. As well as trying to watch their backside. As Lino already pushed up here on the containers for now. He has some nades. Might look to move around, get close enough to MostHated to throw those nades onto him. As Manic looking to hold the center of zone. Xtreme Slayers might be looking to take a fight with Dauntless over here. Dauntless a little aware that there is a player not too far from them here. That's going to be Moso. Klaus looking to push up here already. Looking to look around as Moso on that bridge. As they're going to start taking those shots. Klaus looking to throw that nade out long towards Moso. And that nade does connect there. Trolls low on HP. Klaus is going to look to move around. Low on HP as well. Legend looking to try to push up as well. Klaus healing up. Legend pushing up to get the reset. As now, are they going to look to continue throwing some nades out here? Klaus looking to do so. But he's a little off there as they are more a little to the right. Casper looking to move around. Trying to get a different angle here. Trolls getting tagged up to half HP. Legend pushing up right now. Legend throwing a nade. Casper going to look to throw a nade as well here now. But needs to be careful of Trolls. Nades going out left and right. Legend needs to be careful there. Legend picking up that knock. But Dark and Klaus already out and about here. Needing to be careful. Looking to maybe push up on the Trolls right now. They are going to more than likely possibly be stuck here. Push up. Open here. Klaus and Dark going to get knocked out. Just down to Bob. As Bob's going to look to get out of there now. Instead of fully dying as the Panthers right next to Zombie Boys here. Ander, is he aware that Trevor's right next to him? He is aware. Going to be looking to push up. Pulling a nade now as the rest of his teammates are looking to push up here. Trevor needs to be careful as there's more players here. Ander's going to look to throw a molly out. Ander's going to get knocked there, but Trevor down to 1 HP as Outta looking to push up with the DBS. Trevor on the backside right now. That's going to be Trevor getting knocked. Zombie Boys just down to a duo. That's a looking to make a push in here. Crazy and back flash here. Last two up. And there is a third party not too far. Latin Kings. Otta going to be looking for the reset right now. Cat God going to be setting on the ridge. He has two nades. They possibly throw him towards that switch. Crazy behind his car as Latin Kings trying to make a push up here, trying to join in on this fight, trying to just third party completely here. Wrapping around. Zombie Boys taking another knock on Otta. Crazy gonna get eliminated there by Bryant as that's gonna be Zombie Boys eliminated there by the Panthers. Now down to the likes of Latin Kings trying to wrap around here. Are they going to be aware that, hey, maybe there's players moving around? Alice already far around here, not too far behind. For the Latin King Blacks here. Gonna look to continue moving around as the rest of their team look to keep them distracted. This is going to have to start looking to lay low here and not be too loud. Zone looking to continue on, shifting away off these teams, going towards the east side here. Manic, one-shot killers, and Rolls of War, only teams in the zone. That's now hard to kill and straight out on the Nepal. Looking to get into a fight now. Straight out on the Nepal. Playing aggressive here towards hard to kill. Ahsoka low on HP. He's going to look to throw an nade here. Spots Ahsoka there. Going to look to throw that nade towards Ahsoka. Gets the knock. Now going to look to start playing aggressive as hard to kill. Just down to one player. As Blaze is going to get knocked there. Now Frankie looking to push up. Frankie going to look to move around here. Going for another angle. Spotting the last player from hard to kill. Wolf low on HP. Frankie looking to pull a nade out as the Panthers and Latin Kings continue on their fight. So Gamer gonna drop down there. Frankie trying to avoid the nade. Gonna look towards him, pulling out the UMP as that's gonna be hard to kill. Eliminated now. So we're gonna head on over here towards XForce and Rich Esports now, looking to get into a fight. They have taken a knock. Valak and 24K both going to get knocked towards Rich Esports there. As Xtreme Slayers also looking to get into a fight with Absolute Pain right now. Xtreme Slayers looking to try and pick up some more eliminations after killing Dauntless. Now looking towards Absolute Pain. Up to 6 eliminations. They have a player knocked right now as well. So they are going to need to get that reset. 24K going to get eliminated there. Nades going out towards the way with Absolute Pain also bleeding out. As it's now Absolute Pain eliminated most. So that's going to be Xtreme Slayers losing a player. Rich Esports still looking towards XForce right now. XForce 5 eliminations, getting the reset onto Valak as they have a card. They need to start moving here soon. Rich Esports looking their way. Rich Esports gonna have to start moving as well before XForce get up ahead of them and cut off their entryway to the zone, as they're just gonna be right down below. Fate gonna spot Deku there, gonna pull out the MK14 here. Shots coming from up above as that's gonna be Manic looking towards their way, as XForce is gonna be looking to just make their way into the zone here. As Valak looking to be the chauffeur, as Isajak taking out Fate, as XForce now just down to a duo. Zone closing in here. Zone 3 here, closing down. Top 10 teams here. Still have a couple teams outside of the zone. 24K Esports, the Panthers, Xtreme Slayers, one-shot killers, having a player outside. Rich Esports as well. Rolls of War now getting spotted by straight out of Nepal. Blaze low on HP here. 8 eliminations already for straight out of Nepal now. Looking to add on to the tally on 2 Rolls of War. Possibly make a push in one-shot killers and Xtreme Slayers now getting into here. Devlin gonna get knocked there. Xtreme Slayers taking a knock as well. They're going to look for that thirst here. On to Devlin. And now moving around here as Hindaki throwing these nades out here. Legend low on HP. Is that nade going to be the one to connect? But it's not. Yayuya bleeding out here as Trolls is looking to be revived. Hidinky moving around towards the backside. Legend on the buggy. Needs to be careful with that player being on that backside. As is aware, as that's going to be Xtreme Slayers. Legend eliminated there, as that's going to be one-shot killers taking them out. As the Panthers hearing that fight there, not too far away. Maybe going to look to take some shots here towards one-shot killers. As now the zone moving away from majority of these teams. Center of the hill. Center of the zone. Going to be on this hill, not too far away from XForce. As the Panthers trying to make it way through the spread of one-shot killers. Rolls of War just now down to a trio here. 3 eliminations to their name. Straight out on the Nepal. Trying to find an angle here around them. As they're up to 8 eliminations. Looking to pick up some more one-shot killers. Picking up a knock onto the Panthers. Now Alachino looking to pick up another knock on the As now the Panthers just down to Ander. Ander looking to move into the center of the zone, but looking to move down to take the edge of zone for now. As the rest are straight out in Nepal, looking to make their way in to the zone up ahead of Rose Award. Zone looking to close in here. 24K East. We're still outside of zone. Just a duel here. Looking to use majority of their meds due to them being outside of zone. One-shot killers need to be careful here of Manic. Manic looking to take these shots towards their way. Doing a little bit of damage to them, but not picking up a knock to try to play off of. That's now 24K Esports looking to move in on to Rich Esports here. Rich Esports going to look to gatekeep in here. Manic and one-shot killers continuing on their fight, trading off. That's a broken knock. Now just down to Cammy. As Jack pulling out the S12. Going to maybe look to play aggressive here. He has the help. That's going to be 24K Esports eliminate. Now Jack going to look to use some bandages, but that's going to be him getting knocked there. As one-shot killers and Manic continuing on their fight. Manic full sending into one-shot killers here. The Panthers and they're looking to try and third party here. Outta gonna look to throw a nade out there. Vortex gonna get knocked there. Tonka gonna get a knock there onto Daku. Vortex gonna get knocked from Blaze there. Jack gonna go out to the play zone. Outta looking to cook up some more nades here for now. As Ander moving up and around behind them here, trying to third party this fight. As he's aware of where Hideki is, but not aware of where Harmon and Astro are. As shots coming from straight out in Nepal towards his way, looking to third party this fight. He's aware now of where these players are. He spots Astro there, gonna look to throw a nade onto Astro. That's going to be Manic eliminated. The Panthers picking up another elimination. Is now just down to one-shot killers. And the Panthers here for this compound, but they need to make their way in. Straight in the ball, looking their way. Pulling out the pump, getting the final elimination onto one-shot killers. Getting the revenge there for his team of the Panthers. Now straight out of the ball, across the way. Up to 10 eliminations. This is more of their game to lose here. Wolf still on the outskirts here, looking towards Rose Award. Frankie with 5 eliminations this game. Went out early last game, as well as the rest of the team. But this time they're looking to be strong. Picking up 10 eliminations already here in the top 6. So we shall see how this looks to continue to go. XForce still alive here, looking to continue to play consistent. 5 eliminations already. Ander avoiding the shot there from Valak with the M24. Ander making his way in. Valak gonna be looking around here up in front. Maybe if he does look a little right, he might see Ander's buggy. That's Remix. Valak gonna be looking to give some cover there. On to Rich Esports. Remix making the push up there. That's Rich Esports trying to hold off. Remix getting cover fire from his teammates. Nades coming out from him. And that's going to be Rich Esports eliminated there from straight out in the Nepal. And XForce as Rose Award trying to make their way in here. Valak is going to have to try to give some cover fire from Rose Award with the M24 and AK. Pulling out the M24, but that's going to get him knocked. That's going to be Blaze there from straight out in Nepal. Straight out in Nepal up to 12 elims. As now, Blaze is going to look to move more into the zone here. Now just down to Nepal, looking towards Rose Award. Picking up a knock onto Aragod. Now just down to Tonka. Remix still alive for XForce here. Gonna look to start moving in here straight out of the Nepal. Gonna be looking his way now as Blaze looking to cook up a need to throw towards his way. And XForce here. XForce going out in the top 4 though. Staying consistent, picking up 5 elims. Or I think a little more than 5 elims. I think it was 7. And picking up the top 4 after their issues. That's now straight out in the Nepal, looking towards Rose and Tonka gonna get fired there. Leon as well. Leon gonna get knocked there. But Blaze gonna look towards Tonka as they eliminate the likes of Rose War. Frankie getting pushed up on by Ander. Ander the last player alive. And that's gonna be straight out of Nepal. Picking up 17 eliminations to their name. Frankie and Blaze with 7 apiece there. Wolf with 2 and Leon with 1. The Panthers making it all the way in second place due to Ander there staying alive as long as possible for his team. Picking up second there with 9 elimination. Rose War get into third place there once again with 3 eliminations. XForce staying very consistent in fourth place there with 7 eliminations. Rich Esports going out in 5th there with 4. Vila Nova going out in 6th with 1. One Shot Killers going out in 7th with 8. Manic going out in 8th with 3. And 24K Esports missing out on that top 8 as that's there. As now let's take a look at the rest of the results here now. Before we take a look at stars of the match, first team going to be eliminated is going to be Nemesis. And now take a look at stars of the match. Blaze going all out there with 7 eliminations. Wolf with best companion, and then Blaze with the finisher as well there. And so that's going to be game number 2 there. That's going to be Miramar. We're going to be going into the third game for the night. So we're going to be heading into Sanok. So do stay tuned for that. And then we'll head back into Miramar and enter and go once again after the Sanok. So with that being said, we're going to be right back. Do stay tuned for the next game. And I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna be getting into the third game here soon. As you seen, game 1 went to XForce. Game 2, they're going to straight out of Nepal. So let's see how game number 3 here is gonna go, and see how more consistent these teams are gonna be looking to do. As XForce staying a little more consistent. Well, not a little, but staying consistent, top 5 there, with some kills, on top of from their first game. So yeah, we shall see how that continues to go, and see where they end up. I don't know if we're gonna have the results here for today's stream. As of right now, I have no clue, but we should be getting into this game here soon. So we're heading into Sanok, gonna be halfway done already here, as we have 2 more games right after this one. So we have Miramar and Arigo once again. So let's see how this goes here as we head into game number 3. Alrighty, guys, let's get ready here now as we head into the plane. Shall see where it is looking to start and where it's going to end. As it does start over there on the north side, just below Mong Nai there, going all the way down south past Nakam. So shall see how this game goes. Just go straight down the middle diagonally there, and due to Sanok being a little smaller map there, we might see fights happening a lot quicker, and yeah, we shall see where these players are going to look to drop and who is going to be looking to take the fight. So let's see how this goes. By the looks of it, we do have a couple teams towards Paradise, a couple teams towards Knockout, as well as towards Pinen, as we have the likes of Hard to Kill here, with the likes of XForce wanting these fights early on. Valid with the as well. Gonna get knocked there though by the Mutant. Gonna look to get thirsted as well. Remix gonna get knocked there. Lino gonna get knocked as well. Now down to 24k, and Fate here. After Rules of War and MostHated get into a fight as well. Fate looking to move around. Dauntless looking to take a fight with Absolute Pain here. As we head that way, picking up a knock and thirst there. Klaus down there by Wanda. Wanda gonna be squatting down there below the building. Klaus gonna be looking to get that second eel in there. Starting off strong, one-shot killers, and the likes of Zombie Boy's taking a fight. Zombie Boy's already taken out 3 of the players already here. He's now here. Last player, Freddy, gonna get that last elimination there. It's now Rich Esports looking to take a fight with Latin Kings. Latin Kings picking up 2 knocks already. Daddy Liddy with the DBS, trying to drop shot Cal on, but not connecting there. As now it's just down to Alice, Donk, and Cresty. As Alice gonna get knocked there as well. Now it's just down to Donk here. As Zombie Boys getting ripped apart 1 by 1. Not Zombie Boys. Latin Kings. Not zombie. I don't know why it says zombie boost chat. But Latin Kings getting taken out one by one. Rich Esports getting their full reset. As now Vila Nova straight out on the Paul taking a fight. Alex gonna get thirsted there. As now it is just down to Donk now. Vila Nova and straight out on the Paul getting into a fight. Head on over here. Vila Nova losing a player already. Wolf right next to a player here, but is he aware that there's a player here right behind him? As Mayo gets the knock right onto him. Guess he doesn't hear those footsteps right behind him. Blaze now needing to be careful as well. As now Mayo's looking to push up right behind him. As Masno gonna get knocked. Mayo on the rock there. Blaze aware that he is. Villanova right out. Mayo gonna get spotted there. Mayo gonna get knocked there by Leon. Now just down to Blaze. And Leon Calf gonna be the last player alive. Right next to Leon. Actually here. Not too far away. But Leon is going to have to be a little careful here from Calf. That's Leon going to be in the open there. Calf going to be looking to take shots here soon for Vila Nova. Maybe see if they could pick up another 2 elims onto straight out in the Nepal. As the Panthers rose a war. As well as MostHated here in the likes of Outta. Dauntless not too far away. Might be looking to join in. Rose of War holding the 3-1 split right now. Aragod in the water. Trying to get a wide angle here. As Vitex crawling up close by. That's hard to kill. And XForce getting into a fight. Lino gonna get knocked there. 24k needing to be careful here. Need to heal up. No HP. As hard to kill. The reset there. But 24k, 1 HP. Needing to be careful here. Hisoka moving around. As Hisoka gets that knock there. Now just down to Fate. Fate in a 1v3 situation here now. Yes, that's going to be XForce eliminated there early on this round. As you know, those points are going to keep them safe for now from the past 2 games. Not picking up any elimination though this game. Gonna give some time for these teams to try and play catch up. As Rose of War and the Panthers continuing on. Rose of War picking up another knock there onto the Panthers up the elimination. David gonna get a knock there onto one. As that's gonna be the Panthers eliminated there. As Rose of War looking to take Hot 10 for themselves. MostHated just down to Soldier here. Emperor trying to join in, picking up the knock onto Eric out there, trying to get the thirst as well, but Kaz not going to be able to connect. As Dauntless going to be looking to move around next to him to see what everything is about. Klaus over here nearby. I do still have a solo from, a duo actually from Absolute Pain. As we have the likes of Hentengu and Jokalo. As Aragod looking to be revived. Rose of War. Tonka low on HP as well. Aragod slowly crawling back. Xtreme Slayers and Manic taking a fight. As Xtreme Slayers taking some losses there. As that's going to be the likes of MostHated eliminated. Like the Xtreme Slayers now down to just Sayuya versus Manic, but Manic taking the nades, getting all 4 of those eliminations, but just losing Astro in return there. As Zone looking to favor Paradise here. Paradise being in the center of Zone. For the meantime, Paradise is in the center of Zone. Rich Esports control that here. 3 eliminations towards their name. Straight on the ball, not too far away as a duo. But Dauntless looking to join in here. As they looked across here. As Casper does pick up a knock. As Bob, Casper both swimming. Dark and Klaus both across the way. Klaus is going to get the thirst there onto Pandu. As he's slowly crossing here. But he's going to look to move back towards his car as Bob and Casper moving around the bottom in the water. Do need to be a little cautious of Kaz being in the compound across the way, but Bikram and Klaka in the compound just above. Klaus and Dark here controlling the compound here for now. Looking to loot up some more. Klaus, Dark gonna have to try and cover for Bob and Casper. 3 eliminations to a name. They hear the buggies. Bob gonna look to slowly move up for now, as Kaz not gonna be able to give that cover as Bob and Casper slowly moving up, as Emperor aren't aware that they are here. Bob and Casper still slowly just moving up. They want to play aggressive. They want these eliminations here. As Emperor are more to the other side towards Zombie Boys. Zombie Boys slowly moving up here. Might be looking to join in. Gotta be sandwiching the likes of Emperor here, as it is just a duo here, as well as Dauntless being a duo. They see Big Room. Are they going to spot Klaka down the rock side? Don't think Casper did. Big Room and Klaka moving back into the compound. Trevor on the other side here, crawling in here, as now Dauntless going to be looking to take a fight here with Rose of War. Tonka on the bridge here already. David across the way. As Kaz picks up that knock there. Klaus gonna be looking to look around there as Kaz gets that knock and Thirst. That's Vitex and Aragod still on the bridge. Klaka does get eliminated there, but now Bob gonna look to come in and help. Vitex picks up the knock onto Bob. Casper trying to join in here, but Casper gonna look to get the reset onto his teammate after they got that knock. Vitex gonna get knocked there by Klaus though. Now just down to David. David is across the way though, looking to take the fight with Kaz and Clock and Brookham. Gonna be the last. Kaz gonna be the last across the way, but it is gonna be the likes of David being the last one for Rose of War, as that's gonna be Rose of War eliminated there, as Kaz bits away from his teammate. They might be looking to take separate 2v1s. So we shall see how this goes here for them, as Bob gonna be looking to move backwards here. As Klaus is gonna be looking to push up towards Kaz. Kaz gonna get tagged up there. Kaz already down half HP. Nades being pulled right now. Klaus gonna be looking to try to avoid that. Kaz getting tagged up there. As Klaus gets that knock, gonna look for the Thirst immediately there. As now it's just down to Birkum. As now they're gonna be looking to wait for the push here onto Bikram being the last one. Zombie Boys losing Trevor. But now they're looking to make their way towards the center of the zone. As you see, it does pop here, stage 3. Compounds outside of Paradise. It's in the center of the zone here. Manic not too far. Rich Esports still controlling Paradise for now. Tatmock still in as well. Bikram looking to make his way out of there for now, as Casper and the rest of Dauntless looking to get out of there as well. Up to 6 elimination, top 10 for now. XForce, one of the top hidden teams, are now eliminated. So that's going to be Emperors eliminated as well. So this is giving a lot of these other teams some more time. Straight out of Nepal, the top hidden team from last game, down to just a duo. Are they aware that there's a solo calf from Vila Nova right up ahead of them? Shall see how the rest of these teams play out. Majority of that north side is available for Dauntless to take, as everybody is moving more down towards the middle / south side or east side. But we shall wait and see how this goes as zone is closing in. Zombie Boys controlling the center side for now. Zone looking to close in here straight out of Nepal. I think they're a little aware that there is a player in the compound right up ahead of them here, but not looking to make the push in. Hard to kill, moving around, looking towards Zombie Boys right now. So that's going to be Gamer, Manic, aware of them, as Vortex is on the rock here, as well as Hardman. They have little crevices here to keep them safe if they need to get away from the shots, as well as still being in the zone here. Paradise being half of the zone here. So a lot of these teams make hard to kill, looking towards absolute pain, but Hardman looking towards their wave. Being on the rocks there, giving them that cover. Eyesight on the hard to kill as they pick up that elimination there. That's now Vortex and Hardman, as well as Hoity, the last 3 alive for Manic. As Hoity looking to scout out for the team here, seeing where players are, as Nemesis are slowly moving up the hill right next to them here. So Hoity needs to be a little careful here not to get trapped there, as Zombie Boys moving their way in closer towards Paradise right now. But they're going to have to be a little careful of Rich Esports not being too far away up ahead of them. Jack going to be aware. Going to look to move here. Zombie Boys unaware. Jack waiting to take some shots there. Fetty getting shot at there. Now Jack's going to take some shots there towards XForce. But Jack going to instantly get knocked there by Fetty. Daku not too far away. Daku going to look to try and help out his teammate here. As Daku hearing those footsteps close by. Going to look to turn around. Crazy aware of those footsteps as well. Dauntless rotating around on the backside. Going to hear those shots. Straight on Paul. Looking to push in towards Cav. As Zombie Boys making the move on to Rich Esports. Getting the knock. As knocking down to Daku and Fetty making the push in. Molly's been gonna get tagged up by that Molly and gonna get knocked there by his own Molly there now. As Zombie Boys needing to get the reset. Now Dauntless looking to make the push in here onto Rich Esports, picking up another elimination. Klaus up to 5 here by himself. As that's gonna be Daku eliminated. Zombie Boys are now gonna be knowing that Dauntless is here, but Dauntless is going to be aware that Zombie Boys are the ones that are here. Klaus going to be looking to make a move around. Straight out Nepal, taking out Caps there, getting the 4 eliminations fully on Vila Nova. As now Dauntless might be looking to move around here, looking to play towards the side of Straight out Nepal. So Straight out Nepal is going to have to be a little careful here. But Bob as well is going to have to be careful, as now they need to move out of Paradise here. Zombie Boys gonna have the first hand to do so, but they need to be careful not to get sandwiched. Manic still having the rocks inside a zone, looking towards Nemesis. Nemesis have hard to kill and absolute pain right behind them. So we shall see how this goes. Dauntless up to 7 elims, top 7 right now, looking to make a push in here. As Zombie Boys are right next to him here. They're just going to look to pass right by him. They're going to look to maybe just take this warehouse, or they're just scouting out up ahead, as now they're going to be a little more aware of where these players are set up at for the Zombie Boys. Fetty a little close by. Klaus moving around. Leon gets spotted here. Turn back, but Leon low on HP. Klaus is going to get the run over there. Dark getting knocked as well. Blaze being the last one. Klaus getting knocked there by Blaze, as now it's down to Bob and Casper. Zombie Boys taking a knock as well. Blaze needing to try to make his way in here, as the rest of Dauntless going to need to try and maybe save their teammates, as Casper's looking to drive through here. Bob and Casper looking to drive around. Dark gonna go out to play zone. Bob and Casper gonna look to take this little shed here. Up to 8 eliminations. Zombie Boys gonna be looking towards the way of Blaze here now. So let's see how this goes. Dauntless getting targeted here by Zombie Boys. Zombie Boys need to make their way in towards them. Bob's gonna get out there. Casper needs to be careful here of nades. Smoke's gonna start coming out here. But Zombie Boys need to make their way in here. But they also have to worry about these other teams right next to them. Blaze looking up ahead. As he does spot these players from picking up a knock onto one, trying to pick up another one. As that's going to be Dauntless eliminated there by Zombie Boys. Scar going to get knocked there as well. Blaze being a one-man army right now. 7 nades. Is he going to start using them here soon? But needs to be careful of Zombie Boys as well. Nades coming out towards that way. As Blaze going to look to throw a smoke out. 7 nades still here. As Nemesis taking knocks from Manic. Manic taking these kills from Blaze here. Nemesis trying to throw some nades towards him as well here. So we shall see how this goes. As Blaze being saved here by Manic for now, getting some plays from him. As that's going to be Holy getting knocked there by the likes of the Nemesis players, but Manic down to just a duo. 9 eliminations. Blaze looking to push up onto Zombie Boys. Zombie Boys now facing off against the likes of Manic here. Manic 10 eliminations. Zombie Boys with the likes of 11 here. That he's going to look to push towards Vortex. Vortex going to get the knock onto Flex. Ready, looking to move around. Going to take some follow damage there, pulling out the DBS. Going to get the knock there onto Vortex. He does, but that's going to be the likes of Manic taking out Zombie Boys and picking up the win there as well. Picking up 12 eliminations to their name. Zombie Boys picking up 11 in second. Straight on Nepal having a second good game there with a third place with 7 eliminations. Nemesis taking up 4th with 3. Dauntless taking 5th there with 7. Hard to Kill takes 6th there with 6 eliminations. Absolute Plane takes 7th there with 2. Rich Esports going out in 8th with 3. Vila Nova going out in 9th there with 2 eliminations. Missing out on that top 8th there. So now we're going to take a look at the rest of the results here. So we do get to the bottom. One Shot Killer is going to be the first team eliminated. Going out with 0 eliminations to their name. Stars of the match going to be Blaze going all out. Casper with Best Campaign. And Harmon with the finisher there. So that's going to be game number 3. We're going to be going into the 4th match, second to last match for the night. As we're going to be heading back into Miramar. So do stay tuned for that, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, we're going to be getting into the last game here now, as we are going to be getting into Miramar once again. So we shall see who's going to be looking to take Miramar this time. Nepal did take it last time, good amount of kills. We also do have one more game after this one, so we're going to be heading into the likes of, there we go, for one last time to end the night off. So shall see how this goes and how this game is going to look to play out. So best of luck to these teams here. XForce having two good games. First game picking up the win with 20 plus kills, and then having a fourth place with 7 kills. So I mean, they should be within 40 something points right now. Almost about the same with Straight Nepal having a second game taken first with a good amount of kills, and then that last game picking up a top 4 there with a couple kills as well. So they sure have definitely put themselves in that spot of qualifying. You do want to be top 8. Don't know how the rest of how it looks right now. So hopefully we do have the results at the end to show, to see who placed the top 8 and who is placed where. And yeah, but with that being said, we're going to be getting into the last game here now as we head back into Miramar. Or there's extra time added, so we do have 1 more minute here added to the time. So we shall see how that goes here, and just here see how everything is gonna look to play out. We should now be starting this game here now, as it is Miramar. So yeah, shall see how this goes. So now we're gonna be getting into Miramar here now, guys, as we have a couple. It is the second to last game. Got one more game right after. As we shall wait to see how the playing path is gonna look to go. Alrighty now, guys, let's see. The playing path here is going to be starting from the west side there, just a little above Vila Nova, going through Chumacero and Los Leones, and just in between Impala and Puerto Porrizo there. So we shall see how this goes. shall see how this game is going to be looking to play out, as some of these teams already jumping out early. Might be looking for some early action here as well, as everybody having to jump out early. First zone gonna pop up there. Gonna be looking to favor this northern west side here. We do have a couple teams here towards Bacado as well. Rich Esports and Hard to Kill. We do have XForce as well as one-shot killers here towards Partona. So we might be seeing some early fights happening here soon between these teams. As Rich Esports looking to maybe take this fight with Hard to Kill, as XForce and one-shot killers gonna be looking to take a fight soon as well. Dauntless gonna be looking to pass by Xtreme Slayers as well, but we shall wait and see where the action is gonna take us here as we wait it out here. So we're gonna be spectating Hisoka as Rich Esports nearby. Isajat close by here towards Hard to Kill, as they aren't too far in front of him right now. So yeah. That's now Dauntless and Xtreme Slayers looking to get into it. Bob gonna get knocked as well as Dark there. As now it is just down to Klaus and Casper. Xtreme Slayers gonna be looking to make the push onto them soon. Klaus cooking up a nade, but Xtreme Slayers gonna be looking to get out of there for now and look to possibly just take the compound there or just fully go. So now Dauntless just being down to just a duo here. Not really what you want to be, but as long as you keep yourself alive until that late game and pick up as many elims as possible. Looking to take the shots here now as a full squad, trying to do the damage onto Dauntless. Are they going to look to push up onto them, or they're just going to leave and be here for now? As Casper low on HP here. Xtreme Slayer is going to be looking, go down the road here, looking to spin right back onto Dauntless. Casper just right up ahead here. Not much he could do. So that's going to be Casper getting knocked there by Trolls. Now just down to Klaus. Klaus is looking to just lay low for the time being. As Xtreme Slayers looking to move his way, looking to be ready to cook a knee to possibly throw on them. He only does just have a shotgun, so shall see how that goes. As now he's looking to cook up a nade. Xtreme Slayers looking to make the push up here. Gonna look to pull out. He's gonna get one knock, but that's gonna be Legend getting the final blow there. As that's gonna be Dauntless fully wiped out once against two Xtreme Slayers. There is one more game. Don't know how they're doing overall right now. I haven't seen the board yet, so they could be qualifying or not, but I don't really know. 24K here, going for a wide rotation with Valak. There's Rich Esports and Hard to Kill getting into their altercation here already. That's now just down Daku, Jat, and Isajat. That's Rich Esports losing. Come on. Hard to Kill. Hisoka going to be the one to pick up that elimination, but they're looking to regroup for now. But we're going to head back down here towards XForce. XForce looking to spread out and about here to maybe try and pick off a player from one-shot killers. over here towards Remix. And Fate already deep into Partona. Being spread out. Hadaki looking to move around here as well. Need to be a little careful here, as there are a couple cars on the road, so need to be careful. Maybe going for it. Remix. Gonna start hearing footsteps here soon from Hadaki. That's maybe gonna look to start throwing a knee towards his way as he is on the wall there. As gonna get tagged up by that knee there. Fate tagging him up as well. Now they're gonna look to maybe start playing aggressive towards his way here. And he does get knocked there. Remix gonna get that opening knock. Alonzo in the spider. Remix tagging him up there. That's low on HP there as Devlin and Sheen trying to push up here to try and maybe help out, but being a little too late for now. One shot killers losing one. As now XForce gonna look to move. Rich Esports and hard to kill. Let's see how this goes. Jet does get knocked there and eliminated there. Hard to kill looking to single out players from Rich Esports one by one. Hisoka slowly moving up as well, trying to avoid that rooftop. So hard to kill might need to watch that there for a second. Hisoka does have some nades he can use here to throw on to Daku, as I think he is aware that Daku is up there. Daku is gonna look to try and avoid those nades. Hisoka gonna throw Molly up there as well. That might be the thing that does the job, but doesn't fully land, but that nade might do the job there, as it does connect, and a long one from away there. Push up on to Jat now. Jat down to low HP. Hisoka pushing in with the AK now. I don't believe he heard him down below. Jat is down below here. He's in the little thing, but hard to kill. Taking out Rich Esports there now. As Hisoka and Lino gonna get those eliminations. Zone gonna pop here. Gonna be looking to continue to try and center up from what it first was. Still have players outside of the zone. Latin Kings, XForce, one-shot killers straight out of Nepal. Needing to be careful not to run into these teams who are right up ahead of them. Rose of War being one of those teams. As well as hard to kill. Blaze looking to ride around wide here for now. As Thonka gonna get knocked there by hard to kill. Hard to kill looking to pick up some Elans. As now XForce looking to take a fight with Latin Kings for now. Latin Kings gonna lose a player there. Blaze gonna pick up a knock on to Aragod as well now. As Rose of War losing players left and right for now. Blaze is gonna be looking to make a push up here. As Tonka and Vitex is just right up ahead of him here. Vitex low on HP, hard to kill. And Blaze getting tagged up as well. Needing to be careful being pushed up by himself here. Low on HP. Gonna be stopping Tonka, moving out with the camel there. Straight on the pole. The rest of them gonna be looking to move in. Frankie here not too far away. As Tonka gonna have to be careful here. As Tonka right in front of him. Tonka doing some damage to Frankie, but also needs to be careful of Blaze and Wolf as they're moving down onto him. Wolf looking to push up, gonna throw Molly out, and keeping Tonka, and Tonka pushing backwards. Frankie being this little angle here for his team. That's now straight out of the paw, looking to push in here now onto Tonka. Vitex looking to push up. That's gonna be Vitex eliminated. Tonka eliminated. Now just down to Vitex here. Vitex gonna look to stop here as now straight out of the paw, looking to make the push up here. Frankie needs to be careful here as Wolf the push up here. Gonna get that final elimination up to 4 now. As Emperor and Hard to Kill gonna be looking their way here. As Leon with the MK8X here. Suppressor as well. Shooting through the smoke. Trying to see if we can tag him up. Or see if he can pick up a knock. As they're gonna have to make their move into the zone here. So we shall see how this continues to go for Straight Out on the Paul. Are they going to be looking to have another good game? Zombie Boys looking to take a fight with Xtreme Slayers. Picking up a knock onto one of them. Fetty, X, Sexlix, and Crazy here. Fetty's going to be looking to hop in the buggy to move around. Go for an angle. Xtreme Slayers will be taking the shots here. Fetty gonna look to just go back towards his teammates. As Hard to Kill and Emperor now gonna look to get into a fight as well. Who are gonna get eliminated now? Pandu and not such a good car there, as it is about to blow up. But Straight Out on the Paul looking to make the push up here. Wolf. Whole squad of Straight Out on the Paul making a push up there. Kaz gonna get knocked out by Wolf. Blaze needing to be healed up here, but Wolf gonna look to heal up first. As Kaz gonna get thirsted there by Hard to Kill. As now Straight Out on the Paul is gonna look to get the reset. As Frankie picking up a knock on the person. Now just down to Panu, but XForce not too far either here. Waiting it out to start taking shots towards Frankie, as they do spot Frankie on that roof there. Remix with the 4X. Do they see him on that roof prone? Don't believe they do. Maybe 24K does, as they hear Blaze and the rest of Straight Out on the Paul making the push up onto Emperor. XForce gonna now start taking some shots, but being late to taking those shots onto Frankie. Frankie gonna be looking to make his move in here now. It's Hard to Kill looking to be next onto Straight Out on the Paul. And the Paul looking towards their way, doing some damage to Hard to Kill. Hard to Kill, just a trio. They are also a little split up, but Straight Out on the Paul need to be a little careful as well because of XForce. Zombie Boys and Nemesis getting into it as well in Monte Nuevo. Fetty and Sexflix being the last two alive for now. Xtreme Slayers still just 4 eliminations, still up as 4. Lion King's just down to Stoxito here, as the Panthers looking to make the push up here. Or actually that might be Manic looking to make the push up. Hardman avoiding the nade there, pushing up with the scar in hand. And now pull out the pump, as that's going to be the Latin Kings Black eliminated. Straight on the Paul making their way in now as well. XForce just up ahead of them. Nemesis getting a knock on to Zombie Boys. Now him looking to make the push up here. The rest of the team looking to push up as well, as they are aware of their Sexlix with the ice flow, doing a little bit of damage there, as that is now going to be Zombie Boys eliminated, as Sexlix picking up a knock there before he went out. But the zone here, as you can see, Monte still in, but not centered up though. As some of these compounds on the outskirts of Monte are in the zone. The Panthers and Pain, Absolute Pain, taking a fight here now as well. So see how they look to continue playing this out here. The Panthers low on HP. Zone coming in here. Straight out on the Paul. On the back side of XForce, looking to maybe take this fight. Fate on that hill, Blaze making his way, as Frankie and the rest of Straight Out on the Paul looking to make the push up onto Fate here. Wolf gonna pull out the DBS. Wolf gonna get that knock there onto Fate. Leon knocked as well. Wolf gonna get knocked there. Now Leon and Wolf both knocked out there. Blaze and Frankie. As Frankie getting knocked as well. Just down to Blaze now. Blaze gonna be getting targeted here as one-shot killers not too far away, but one-shot killers looking to make a move up, get the thirst on to Wolf there. Now Valak right up in front of them. Valak getting the thirst on to Wolf. That's Allison looking to push it up. Blaze getting another knock there on to XForce. That's gonna be on 24K. 24K trying to keep himself alive. Remix gonna be looking to push that way to get that reset. As one-shot killers are looking to move towards Blaze's way here. Alazan gonna get spotted there, but I think Blaze gonna leave him be. Gonna be watching this rooftop here, looking for 24K. Remix gonna be throwing those smokes out. Xtreme Slayers and Vila Nova taking the fight here. Moso getting tied up. Blaze getting the knock on to Valak. Moso low on HP. Trolls here as well. Moso getting a knock and thirst. There are 6 eliminations here. Legend, Moso, and Trolls, as well as Yayuya. Yayuya already pushed up ahead, looking for a spot into the zone here for his team for the meantime. There's a couple compounds right up ahead of him that are free. Blaze looking to try to make his way into the zone. This car being stuck there. Fate pushing up onto him. Blaze need to be careful of one-shot killers. One-shot killers, or actually XForce needs to be careful of one-shot killers as well. As now Blaze is going to be looking to make a move, but one-shot killers looking to make a move themselves as well. Alazan pushing up, looking to loot up. Fate not too far away, as Alazan's going to look to start cooking up a nade to throw over the hill. Waste of a nade there. As Absolute Pain and Manic taking a fight here as well. Xtreme Slayers and Nemesis continuing on their fight. Xtreme Slayers up to 7 elims. Top 7 here now. As the Panthers on the edge, looking towards Manic as well as Vila Nova. Or what's left of Vila Nova. Now they're looking to make a push up here, looking for an angle onto Manic. Blaze still alive for the team. 3 of the 6 eliminations. So shall see what happens here. Nemesis gonna look towards Absolute Pain now. Absolute Pain trying to take the compound right up ahead. Manic hearing those shots. Gonna be looking to try to maybe join in onto this action. Manic on edge of zone. Blaze gonna slowly make his way in here to the edge of zone. XForce having hard to kill right next to him here. Ahsoka against the likes of Fate here. Needs coming out. Blaze gonna get a knock onto Nemesis. Gonna pick up a double kill there. Onto Nemesis, getting his way in. That's now one-shot killers. Looking to take the fight with XForce here. Picking up a knock onto one, but gonna get knocked in return. Take a look here now. That's hard to kill. Looking to push up onto Fate now. Fate pushing inside. Lino trying to avoid moving into the wrong place. Fate being pushed out onto the roof here. Lino trying to be aware, but Valak giving that color fire. That's now hard to kill. They have to look to try to get the reset onto their teammate. Blaze looking to join in on this fight, helping out XForce here, but trying to pick up some more elims for his team as they have 8 now. Spot 8 on the roof there. 8 gonna start getting tagged up there. Hard to kill. It's just now down to 8 gonna get knocked out on the 24K there, but XForce now down to a trio. Blaze looking to take this fight. XForce gonna have to be careful of one-shot killers still. One-shot killers are still around as they're slowly moving in here. getting caught lacking there with the nade in hand from XForce. XForce going to now take the stance to start moving in. 7 elims here, top 7 as well. Not having a good third game, but now looking to have a good fourth game here. Trying to stay on track, trying to have more points than the first group here. As Blaze gonna have to start holding off one-shot killers as they're trying to move in up onto him here. Gonna start throwing nades out towards their way as Manic and the Panthers getting into it there. Blaze trying to get something done here. Gonna throw a smoke out there as now XForce looking to join in on the fight. Blaze gonna look to heal up here. Getting a little help here. As now one-shot killers gonna get spotted there as that's gonna be the likes of Blaze taking out one-shot killers. There's 10 eliminations, 7 elims to Blaze here. But now he's going to be looking towards XForce. He's going to be looking to cook up the nades here as nades start coming his way. And that's going to be Valik connecting with the nade there as Blaze was focusing more on to the wrong person as Fate was pushed up here. 9 elims now for the likes of XForce. The Panthers going out to there as now Xtreme Slayers down below Manic here. Manic need to make their way in. All these teams need to find their way in here, but they're going to have to fight one another to do so as Xtreme Slayers at the bottom here in the zone already. This could be bad for them, but at the same time, it might just be good for them. For the elims, Hardeman pushing about as most are aware of that, going to look to start cooking up a nade. Hardeman possibly looking to throw some nades himself, but absolute pain. Looking to take the shots towards like Manic, but Hardeman getting tagged up by these nades. Looking to move backwards as most are taking those shots, but not going to connect with these elims as well. Now up to 10. Remix with 6 of those elims. Now going to look towards the likes of Manic as the rest of XForce moving up. Remix going to get knocked there. Vortex is going to get spotted there by Fate. Fate going to need to look to reload his M4 as he has 4 shots left. Now going to have to just use the UMP, but looking to move into the zone. Xtreme Slayers looking to have this game for themselves here as they're looking towards Manic. Now going to look towards the way of XForce. As now it's down between them and the duo of XForce. As XForce having another good game here. Up to 13 elims. Can they get the 2v4 off? Fate gonna throw out some util. Use it as offensively and defensively. So as Valik and Fate are a little spread out. Valik not having any boost though. As Xtreme Slayers trying to throw some util on to Fate for now. Valik not in the zone either. Gonna need to look to try to push in a little bit. As Moso down on the southern side here of the zone. Fate facing off against the trio of Xtreme Slayers. Gonna pick up a knock there onto Trolls. Gonna instantly look to prime a nade out here. Throw on to Trolls to get the confirm. I see where of Yuya getting spotted there by Fate as well. But Fate getting spotted by the rest of Xtreme Slayers. As that's going to be Xtreme Slayers taking game number 4 there. With 11 eliminations. But XForce picking up 13 elims this game. And getting in second place. Manic going out in third with 7. Absolute Pain going out in 4th with 1. The Panthers going out in 5th with 1. Shrey and Nepal going out in 6th with 10. One-shot Killers going out in 7th with 1. Hard to Kill going out in 8th with 7. And Vila Nova missing out on that top 8 with 1 elimination to their name. So now we're going to take a look at the rest of the results here. The first team eliminated is going to be Dauntless, going out with 0 eliminations to their name. So now we're going to take a look at stars of the match. Blaze going all out, 7 eliminations. Remix, Best Companion, and then Legend with the finisher there. As that is going to be game number 4. We have one more game left, so do stay tuned for that game. And yeah, we'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, we are going to be getting into the last game here now, as we're going to be getting into the last errand go of the night. Again, I don't know if we're going to have results at the end, but they will be posted, so do stay updated for the results to see who made the top 8 to move on into the next stage, which is semis. As this is second day of quals, there are just 2 more days left of quals 2, which are happening later on in this week, so do stay tuned for those. Yeah, we shall see how this last game is gonna play out. As this last and final game here is going to be starting here in just a bit. Now let's see how this last and final game is going to go. I assume we are probably more than likely going to have quite a few fights happening towards the end. As usual, that does happen, but we shall see how it goes and who's going to be looking to take this game for themselves, as we've yet to see any double wins just yet. So XForce getting close to doing so, but getting second place in that last game. But we shall see how this game goes. Alrighty, now into the plane. It is going to start from the north side, going all the way down south there to the military island, a little in between Zohnny and Stalber. So we shall see how this plays out, as this does give a little more variety of places to be able to go to compared to the first errand go. So shall look and see how these teams are going to be looking to play it out, and see who is going to be looking to take the game for themselves as well. So yeah, let's see how this goes and what fights we're gonna get here, as everybody's now starting to jump out here. Are we gonna get that early fight between Straight on Nepal and Latin Kings? Are we gonna see anybody looking to join in on that fight as well? We shall wait and see as first zone does pop. Mainland being more of the zone here. We're gonna head over here towards Zombie Boys, as they do have a team, and that team is gonna be Nemesis here in Apartments, but we also have Straight out Nepal and Latin Kings here. Doing the same split as last time. Different guns, obviously. Blaze with the QBZ and a pump this time, but Latin King's going to be a little more cautious possibly this time. Maybe not pushing one by one. But Straight out in the Nepal, looking to make themselves known as a squad of Latin Kings, trying to move around. Wolf going to be on the roof here. M4 and Biden. Daddy Letty, need to be careful. Crazy Also pushing up. Gonna get knocked there. Daddy Larry right next to Wolf here. Wolf gonna maybe make this push onto them there. So they're half HP there. Leon helping out there as now it's just down to Stoxito. Stoxito this time is the last one alive. Straight out in the pole. Wolf gonna make the push up onto the so your Blaze as well. So that's gonna be Blaze getting the final elimination there onto them. As Night King's gonna be the first team eliminated. Head on over here towards Zombie Boys and Nemesis here. So might be looking to see if they take the fight with one another as well, or if there's gonna be a third party or a third team looking to join in to help start the fight for them. As by the looks of it, Hisoka is looking to be that player to do so. He has an AK and an M7 here. He is a bit away from his team, so he's going to have to be careful. Nemesis need to be careful as well. They are playing more on the inside. I think they did possibly hear that car, but they're going to be a little cautious here. As Emperors and Rose Ward looking to get into a fight once again. Rose Ward picking up one elimination already. Aragot here needs to be a little careful as well. Being a little split up from his team. As Bikram, War, and Pandu all a little close here. So they might look to maybe make a push if they're aware that he's there by himself. So the rest of his teammates are pushed out. XForce looking to maybe regroup. Valak by himself, gonna look to change the car out. As hard to kill over here, not too far away. Valak gonna get spotted there. XForce all the way up, and yes, Naya. That's hard to kill. Is gonna look to regroup. Hisoka being found out for now. Manic. I spot out Valak as well. Valak maybe looking to take the garage, but garage already been taken here. So they're gonna look to move in. Everything else is just gonna be a little slow here for now. As we have 15 teams, some teams not joining in, or I don't really know if it was the same amount the whole time. I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest. But Valak is gonna look to regroup so he can loot up. I don't really know where he came from. I don't know where he landed at, so like. But I know he came from like somewhere over like here. The orange area. Passing by. Or I don't know. But we should just see how this game goes. This first zone is closing in. We've only lost one team. And one player from a team as well. So, yeah. Might see Xtreme Slayers and maybe straight out of Nepal get into it here if they look to take a fight. Or even Vila Nova and straight out of Nepal. Leon gonna be looking to maybe take that hovercraft there. Yes, that might be their only car, only vehicle nearby anyways, from the looks of it. Vila Nova up ahead, not too far away, but not gonna be looking to move that way towards straight on the ball. They're slowly moving more into the zone here. A farm area. Farm being more of a central area of the map, but no one really looking to control it. Zombie Boys and the likes of Nemesis not taking a fight with one another, as one-shot killers and XForce now looking to get into a fight. Remix in the open here, as that's going to be him and Fate both on their knees right now. As now it's just down to Valak and 24K. Valak a little bit away from 24K as well. These players being too split up. One-shot killers getting 2 free kills here. on to XForce. Now XForce just a duo. I mean, XForce have the points, so I don't think it really matters if they die early this time, because I mean they did die early once, and I mean they had a 30+ kill, 30+ point game, then a second place, then another second place, while having a loss early. And even if they go out early this game, I mean, shall see as zone does pop. Farm getting more favored here now as well. Xtreme Slayers trying to set up as well, near close to the center of zone. Vila Nova doing the same, straight out of Nepal, moving around in the hovercraft, looking for some vehicles here. As everybody else is looking to make their way in. Rolls of War getting passed by as Rich Esports right in front of them. It's that spotted here by Aragod. Aragod not even landing a shot there as he's down to 1 HP, but Rolls of War. David going to be looking to come in to help out as well. Sysajet does Jaku looking to take the fight here, but the rest of Rich Esports looking to push up onto Aragod here. Aragod looking to get out of there, looking to move towards his teammates as they're taking the fight. They're looking to move in as Rich Esports taking 2, falling down, now down to Aragod getting pushed up on. Vitex needs to be careful here as Rich Esports trying to push up here. They need to get the reset on to David quick and start taking this fight quicker here as they're going to start throwing out some nades. Vitex going to throw a nade out as Vitex does get ran over. David now being the last one up here as Lost looking to push up with the S12. As that's going to be David picking up that knock, and Thirst immediately now looking to heal up. Come on. Gonna possibly be looking to throw some util. Emperor looking to maybe third party of the fight as well. Kalon taking some shots there. Nade's going out, doing some damage. Sysajet right up ahead of David. David gets that knock there. Now just down to Kalon here. But Emperor looking to join in onto this fight. Lure gonna be getting the revenge there on to Rolls of War for killing one of their teammate. As Zombie Boys and Hard to Kill now getting into a fight here. I do believe the likes of Nemesis were eliminated here now as well. No, Nemesis are still here too, so we shall see how this goes. Playing inside. I think Nemesis may have lost one. YK being eliminated there. Nemesis playing in the same room. Zombie Boys just a duo now as well here. So we shall see how this goes. Hard to Kill making the push in, making the fights happen. Hisoka gonna look to push back towards his teammates as they want to take out Nemesis first. As Lino, bit of VK there. Gonna be looking to maybe push up here, taking some shots on the steps, looking around to see where these possible players can be. Soka has one nade. Are they aware of that? Nemesis are in the one room as they're looking to favor Star there. Star getting tagged up there. Lino needs to be careful though, needing to heal up as well. Gamer looking to loot up. They're gonna look there. Hosoka, they're gonna get knocked there. Lino gonna get knocked there as well. Russo pushing out. Scar is knocked, but Zombie Boy is also looking to make a push in here. It's hard to kill, split up as well. Gamer being the last one in apartments. I need to reset here. Okay, now I'm making a push in. Fetty down below. It's 13 getting out there. That's hard to kill. Taking off there as the dude. Fetty's gonna get that elimination. That's hard to kill. Just down to Gamer. Gamer's gonna get a knock there. Now Gamer's gonna pick up a second one there. As he gets the 1v3, Fetty needs to make a push up here. As he's going to throw out a knee there. He's going to spot the likes of Lena. Is he going to look for that Thirst? Or as he is going to do so. As XForce and Xtreme Slayers getting into a fight as well. XForce gonna take a loss there to Legend, as now they're just down to Valak, Hard to Kill, and Zombie Boys, a duo. I think Dauntless might be looking to third party this fight. Maybe to hear those shots as Gamer looking to make a push up here. Fetty still just sitting on the stairs though, pushing down, trying to maybe make this fight happen. 32 bullets in the UMP. Gamer needs to be a little careful here. Fetty with the DBS. Fetty gonna look to maybe pull a nade here onto Gamer. He has a DBS. Tagging up Gamer there. Maybe looking to make a push there. That's going to be Gamer with the final bullet. There. That's hard to kill. Pick up 6 eliminations. Dauntless still here as well. Not too far away. So we shall see how this looks to play out. As Valak, last player up for XForce here now. 0 eliminations just so far. So we shall see how it looks to continue to go on for them. And if Valak can pick up an elimination too. But they do need to be careful as Rich Esports is looking to push up here. As Rich Esports going to push in here, unaware that there is a player setting on this area that Valak is setting on. And so it's going to move around. Focus towards Rich Esports, but Rich Esports gonna eliminate him there. Like Xtreme Slayers and straight out of Nepal. Now looking to take a fight as well with one another. Xtreme Slayers picking up these knocks onto straight out of Nepal. Looking to drive around, trying to pick up the knocks there. They pick up a second one there onto Leon. As Moso does get shot out of the buggy there. As now it's just down to Legend and Yayuya here losing trolls. As now, I do believe it's just down to Wolf for Extreme. On Nepal, going to be eliminated there by the likes of Xtreme Slayers. Now do the top 10 teams. A lot of the heavy hitting teams out of the zone, out of this game now. As we do still have Xtreme Slayers. Dauntless though, still alive. As Legend gonna get knocked there by Manic. Manic, we're gonna pick up a couple kills here. But we shall see how it goes, how it's gonna play out for them. And if they're gonna look to play aggressive onto that knock. Because Yayuya might be looking to get that reset. Here the cars coming down, Legend. Gonna get rezzed up. The Panthers looking to take a fight. Ander, by the looks of it, being the last one alive as Outta knocked right now. Brian being eliminated there. As Rich Esports might be looking to play aggressive here. Rich Esports, a duo though. They're not gonna push onto that. As Xtreme Slayers being pushed up onto here. As nades being thrown out their way. It's just down to Yayuya. Looking to cook up Manic as Manic driving around. Harmon gonna be looking to drive past needs, passing him DBS's as he picks up a knock on the Hoodie. Gonna look for the thirst there immediately. Harmon spinning around him. Gets the knock onto Harmon. Needs and Molly's continuing to get out of his way. He's gonna look for the thirst immediately there onto Harmon and avoiding the shots there. Now that is Xtreme Slayers eliminated there, going out with 7 eliminations. Manic not really being in their favor after losing 2 players, as now they're looking towards Vila Nova here. The full squad of Vila Nova might be looking to make a push up here soon on to these players at zone, looking to move away from them. Majority of these teams not in the zone. Dauntless just on edge there. Emperor in center of zone. Rich Esports and the Panthers on edge there, sharing the same compound in the farm area. As Manic trying to get out of there. As Vila Nova going to take a knock there from Astro. As Vortex is going to be looking to spin around for a different angle here. Or even make a push. Astro does go a different angle. Gets a knock there. Gets the thirst as well. Astro looking behind him towards one-shot killers. One-shot killers taking a knock there. As now Vila Nova split up. Astro going to be looking to make a push up there, as his teammates going to be looking for the thirst on to the fallen players of Vila Nova. Astro's going to look to drive around back towards his teammate, as Vortex getting the thirst there. 4 eliminations just yet here, as now Absolute Pain taking a fight with Emperor Esports. As now they're just down to Hantingu, as Gamer helping out as well. Dauntless trying to find an angle onto this as well, but not being able to join in onto the fight, as they're more out too far away. But Gamer, they are going to know he's here after his shots, as one-shot killers get their reset onto their fallen teammate. Brickum does get knocked there now, as Gamer looking for these elims. Laura's going to get knocked as well by Absolute Pain, as now it's just down to Pandu. What are they going to do? Laura going to get eliminated there as well. Gamer looking towards Pain, Absolute Pain here. Dauntless going to look to start playing aggressive towards these teams below him. One-shot killers. Pandu gonna get knocked there by Gamer. Gamer doing a lot of damage here now. Onto Brickum and Pandu. That's now Klaus and the likes of Dark here making a push down towards Gamer's way. Gamer not in the best situation there. Gamer gonna pick up a knock onto one. Dark low on HP as well, as that's gonna be Gamer getting eliminated there. As now we're in the top 8 here. Absolute Pain gonna be eliminated there as well from one-shot killers, as the zone continue staying on to Absolute Pain in this compound. Manic taken down below there. Not a lot of compounds in the zone, just the one that Absolute Pain have, and Manic small building here. After getting pulled up on by Mayo below half HP right now. His helmet almost absolutely dissipated now. It's going to look to climb in, as that's going to be Astro getting that elimination. 5 eliminations here, as the Panthers trying to make their way in. Vortex getting knocked there by Ander, though. As now Dauntless possibly looking to push in onto Absolute Pain here. It's Absolute Pain having one player looking towards their way. The rest of their teammates up on the hill for right now. So shall see how this goes, as they're going to start looking to use some smokes to make their push in to this compound to take it from Absolute Pain. But one-shot killers not too far away, looking to push up the hill. Casper gonna more than likely be giving those comms out, as Klaus is gonna get knocked there by Choco, as they're gonna be looking for that reset immediately and throwing some smokes out to give them cover from one-shot killers. Casper gonna have to be that anchor point up on the hill to make sure one-shot killers don't fully make the push in onto his teammates. This one-shot killers might be looking to make a push onto the compound as well. Dauntless gonna look to get into their cars. Klaus hopping into the Bugatti, looking to move down the hill here, as the rest of the team does. As now they're looking to make the crash onto Absolute Pain. 90, he's aware that there's a player in there, but he needs to be careful of one-shot killers on that hill. Be aware of him jumping out. Gonna get that knock there onto one, but the last player's in that other building. They're gonna get the thirst there onto one. Bob looking to heal up here for now. They're gonna look to clear out that building, as trying to get down onto Bob here. Bob being a little late to pulling out the pump there, but one-shot killers making a push down here on Dauntless. Dauntless gonna be picking up a couple knocks, though, as now it's just down to Dark below on HP, as that's gonna be Dauntless going out there, as one-shot killers down to just a duo now. That's Absolute Pain, just a solo. Might be looking to pick up some util here to throw onto one-shot killers here soon. He has a molly that he could use. He's gonna look to maybe underhand it, but now he's gonna look to use it here, This one-shot killers trying to clear out that building. Alazin and a Xion. Xion getting tagged up by that molly. Alonzin avoiding it there, but Joko holding this two-story top 4 situation. Looking towards the Panthers. The Panthers trying to find their way. Rich Esports keeping them out here. Gonna get the knock on to Ander there. Outta being the last one. Kalan getting tagged up there as now one-shot killers. This should be their game, as they are also looking to take forever to get the reset onto their teammate. They also have 5 nades that they can use to try and clear out the building. They're just setting up there, tagging them up. That's going to be one-shot killers getting that final elim. But are they going to pick up their teammate who is knocked, as Zohnny is going to start pushing them in? Rich Esports looking towards Outta right now. Outta avoiding that molly as one-shot killers in the play zone, taking damage. Outta down to 1 HP. This is looking like Rich Esports' game here, as the players from one-shot killers are outside the zone. Alkeen making their way in here barely. As now Rich Esports going to be looking towards their way. As Kalan going to spot him out there. Are they going to stop? But they are letting Alkeen here heal up. But they have just bandages though. As nades coming in there, as that's going to be Rich Esports here, taking the last and final game now. As just a duo picking up 7 eliminations. One-shot killers picking up 7 as well. The Panthers picking up 2. Absolute Pain picking up 4. Dauntless picking up 4. Manic picking up 5. Vila Nova picking up 0. Emperor picking up 3. And Hard to Kill picking up 8. Missing out on to that top 8 there. So now we take a look at the rest of the results here now. So we do get to the bottom. Latin King's going to be the first team eliminated, going out with 0 elims. As stars of the match, Gamer going all out with 5 eliminations, going with Best Companion, and Isajet with the finisher. Not sure if we're going to have results. Haven't been sent results all throughout stream, but that is going to be the last game there. As thank you guys joining the stream. Appreciate y'all stopping by, and I'll see you guys next time for the next group, hopefully. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. Hope you guys did enjoy the stream, and I'll see you guys.